Hey everybody, this is Chef Greg in collaboration with Sage. Today we're going to be preparing this beautiful Valentine cake, rose and milk cake. We will be using the bakery boss as well as the smart oven air fryer. Stay tuned for the recipe. So today what we're going to do, we're going to start with those beautiful roses for our milk and rose Valentine cake with Sage equipment. We have those beautiful roses here, egg white, a little bit of sugar and a strainer that will help us to spread evenly all the sugar. Then those roses will go into the dryer, but you can also keep it into a shelf or in your pantry for overnight, and tomorrow it will be crunchy and very tasty. Spread on the top of the roses, very gently. Now we will go into the dehydrator for 2 hours. Now we are ready to prepare our berries marmalade. This will be inside of the cake. So it's one of the first preparation because we need time to freeze it. We will add our raspberries and our mixed berries and our lemon juice. So we can see that we have some fruit pieces remaining inside. This is exactly what we want. The last step for our marmalade is to put it into a ring. Our marmalade is ready. We will put it into the freezer for at least 2 hours. So the next step of the recipe will be our Rice Krispie and marshmallow crust. We have marshmallows, we have crispy rice, the same one you can find on the breakfast, very simple to find, and a little bit of butter. So we will melt the butter and add on the top the marshmallows. So now we are at very low heat, and we will let it completely melt into the butter. The marshmallows are completely dissolved and start to caramelize, so it's the right time for us to add our crispy rice into it. We have our marshmallow here, we're gonna add on the top our crispy rice. The next step using the Sage Bakery Boss will be to do the rose sponge cake. So we will put into the bowl our egg white. Meanwhile we are preparing the sponge, we will preheat the Sage Smart Oven at 160 in bake mode. The second part of the sponge recipe, it's to mix all together the yolks, milk, melted butter, vanilla and rose water. We always mix all the dry items together to make sure that they are all properly dissolved with each other. And I will right now put my mixture into it. We'll mix from the middle to avoid lumps and incorporate properly the flour and all the dry elements. Now it's time for us to mix both mixtures together. With take a little bit of the meringue, egg white and sugar, and fold it into our mix. We're going to use this paddle. This will reproduce the effect of a spatula. We get back on it and we go very slowly into folding. We'll add our mixture. And again we go back into folding mode. So we'll see it will incorporate very gently both mixtures. As you can see, our mixture is very fluffy and ready to go on the oven. It's time for us to cook our biscuit. (160°) for around 20 minutes. So the next step of our recipe is to make the rose cream, made out of cream, condensed milk, a little bit of crispy yogurt, it's amazing, rose water, and a touch of gelatin just for the texture. So we'll put our cream into it, just to dissolve the gelatin, and the gelatin into it. Put our bowl into the freezer to make sure that it's very cold. And inside we'll put the cream, the condensed milk, so it's time for us to incorporate all other ingredients. Gelatin. And very gently so we don't over whip it, because while we will keep working on it, it might over whip very fast, so that's why. So as we can see, our cream is perfectly incorporated with the rose water and gelatin. Now we'll incorporate the frozen yogurt. To finish the cake, we need to cover with a beautiful red glaze because it's Valentine. So we took a pan, inside it we're gonna put some water. And the condensed milk. We will cook everything at 103 degrees, and then we will add the rest of the ingredients. The gelatin, And now I will pour the chocolate into it. The chocolate will dissolve very gently and it will emulsify with the hand blender. We filter it just to avoid maximum of air inside. The white chocolate to the microwave, and now we will incorporate into our chopped crispy rice. And it's time to go back in our mixer using the paddle. The cake is ready. Hope you enjoyed the recipe and I wish you an happy Valentine.